Has this ever happened to you?
Why don't you learn how to play the game?
Oh, he's off it. He's cubicle. Kill him, please.
What are you playing with 2 thumbs? If you've heard any of these before, welcome to competitive video game playing. From Rainbow Six to Overwatch to Valorant, League of Legends, Dota, and more. You're gonna sense some sort of toxicity along the way, some probably more than others. In this video, I want to try to give you at least 5 different tips on how to deal with these toxic players in any of these video games to hopefully make your game experience just a little bit better. Realistically, the toxicity you get in most competitive video games, if you somehow perform either subpar or not to their standards, is far worse than this, including racial slurs, sexual insults, and basically destroying your self-worth over, you know, some pixels in a shooter. But this is kind of the stuff that you're probably going to see, especially if you play as bad as I do, or in this case, kind of throwing a little bit just to try to eke out some of the toxicity. Now, in order to not show who was actually being an asshole in this game, I'm actually not going to use those clips, even though that was the original idea, but you get the picture. Unfortunately, this goes double to triply so if you're of a female persuasion as well, so. But fear not all hope is lost, guys. I'm going to teach you the 5 different ways of trying to deal with these toxic assholes. Try to make your gameplay just a little bit better, even if some of the ways I don't fully condone, but they are options to take, and we're probably going to reach those first, and I'll describe the pros and cons of each. Option number 1, mute. Now, this is a form that you can take. This is the one that I probably condone the least, and only for the reason of muting actually inhibits the rest of your game as well as the other people who aren't being complete shitters. Muting all of your team is actually probably not the way to go if you're looking to win games. Games like Overwatch or Siege or Valorant specifically require on the use of callouts, and if you just go ahead and mute the entire team, this generally doesn't work in your favor, as you won't be able to hear any of the normal nice human people speaking in chat trying to help you and let you know where your enemies are at. However, if it's a whole team doing it and it's just unbearable, you can definitely go ahead and hit that mute button. That mute button can work wonders, because then it's just like they're talking to the void and they have no idea that you can't hear them. So let the shitters talk their own shit inside their own bubble. It also works great on Twitter as well, just by the way. This is the one, like I said, I don't condone the most, but if it does get unbearable and you don't want to just quit, go ahead and hit slap that mute button. There is nothing wrong with that. You are the only one that sees it. Option 2, play with your friends. This one gets a little hairy as well, as a lot of the time that if you're matching with a full roster of people, you're also going to be matched against full rosters as well. And depending on how sweaty of a team you guys are, you may just keep getting rolled over and over again. And nothing feels worse than just losing every game that night. Trust me, I know. But on the same token, if you have 1 to 2 friends that you play with fairly often that know your sense of humor, that know how good or bad you are, know your weaknesses and strengths, you can tend to compliment off of each other. I highly recommend this in most games, especially in the 1 to 2 stack, because not only do you have people that you know playing with, you know their callouts, you know how they play, but also you form a shield around yourself as well. So if any of the randos in your group does get toxic or treats you like shit, or wants to go ahead and fire insults or slurs or any other sort of derogatory term towards you, the easiest way to do this is to either bully up on them because there's more of you, or you just stay in your own personal Discord, let the trolls talk to themselves while you can still hear their callouts, and just meme about it in your own chat. This is generally the way to go, because if you feed the trolls, they grow stronger, much like the Mogwai. Step 3, fire back with sarcasm. Now this one could potentially get bad. Much like I said, not feeding the trolls tends to be a good thing, but however, if you could do this in a smart, clever, or funny way, something that'll make the rest of the group laugh and like kind of move towards your side on, you know, the dude treating everybody like shit, it tends to work out a little bit better. The best way, honestly, to do this is to meme it out hardcore, dude. Just go full-blown internet meme troll in a more positive way. Kind of focus it towards that person, laugh about it, get everybody else to chat about it too, because it's surprising the amount of people who actually aren't shitters on the internet, and all it takes is one person to kind of bring that levity to the group, and that brings everybody else to rally around it as well. It's not that hard to do, honestly. I do believe that most people, and this goes with anything in life, I do believe that most people tend to be good people. So with that being said, it's easy to let the negativity of the guy weigh you down. As I said, it's the loud minority of people who are being assholes that tend to be the most heard. But if you kind of bring that levity to the group, the positivity, the memes, the paganism to it, admit your faults in a fun, demeaning, self-derogatory way, it kind of takes the wind out of their sails, because all they're looking to do is to drag you down into their lowly, dirty cesspit that they call life as well. Number 4, go into each match with a positive attitude, with either winning or getting better. This one kind of goes hand in hand with the third one, right? I always try, so this is the one that I use most often. If you go and watch any of my games, you'll hear right off the bat say, what's going on, guys? Hey team, how are you guys doing today? Let's go ahead and get this dubs, you know what I'm saying? Lol. Shit like that. It generally brings the mood up a little bit. It lets people kind of know that you're here to have fun, you're here to have a good time, not to be weighed down and sweating this in competitive fever, and you're just here to get better, have a good time, and things like that. Be honest with your group, right? Be like, hey guys, you know, I'm kind of having an off night, but I'm trying to bounce back from it. Let's get this dub. Let's pull it out. This is the one, boys. This is the one. You'd be surprised about how many people, even if they're coming in with a bad attitude, will rally behind that sense of positivity, try to give you some pointers, and even want to group up with you later. People want to be around a more positive influence rather than a negative one. It's amazing how many wonders it works to try to get better and to try to find a better team. So like I said, try to go into a match with a positive attitude. Even if your previous one was a loss, go into it thinking, you know what, we're gonna catch this, we're gonna bang this out, we're gonna get this dub, and we're gonna move on with our day, and we're gonna have a great group doing it. And I promise you that 8 out of 10 times that you do this, your group's gonna rally behind that positivity, and you're gonna have just a better time in your games overall, and you'll find far less toxicity. Just for an example on this one, because this is the trick that I use all the time. Everybody says that the Rainbow Six Siege community is probably the worst, which is kind of why I picked the clips at the very beginning, because everybody says that this community is pretty terrible. I can maybe count on one hand how many toxic assholes I've ever run into in that game that just want to just watch the world burn and rip me to shreds, because every single match I hop into team chat and I go in with the same attitude. What's going on, guys? How's it going today? This may just be a personality thing. Like I said, I do try to bring that to everybody. If you're not open with being in voice chat, every on PC anyway, every game has a text box, so just write it in there too. It works just as well, if not better sometimes. So keep that in mind. Go in positive, go in like you're gonna win, or at least you're gonna fucking have fun doing it. Number 5, admit that you're bad up front and laugh about it right at the get. This one, once again, these last 3 kind of all go hand in hand, right? The 3rd and the 5th kind of build into the 4th, but I promise, like, so for example, I walk in almost every game knowing that I'm going to be bad. If I'm probably playing a game, that means I'm probably on stream, and I'm probably looking at chat honestly more than the game half the time. So I go in up front saying, hey guys, like, look, I'm not playing my best right now, I'm not doing very good. Laugh about how much of a shitter you are. That's always the best term to use too, is I'm playing as a shitter right now, so I apologize. People tend to get a rise out of it. People tend to laugh. Or you say, hey guys, look, if you're streaming, you just say, hey, I'm reading my chat too, so if I kind of jack up, I'm gonna try not to, obviously, but if I jack up, just, you know, hopefully you guys will get that, and then laugh about it, make a joke about it. Be like, man, I deserve to be in the toilet for how shitter I'm playing today. I guarantee you, once you bring that levity too as well, you're gonna have people that are gonna laugh about it, that are not even gonna say a word about you being bad. This one actually probably works the best out of all of them, because you're basically taking the wind out of the troll sails before you even get to the game, because you're already saying that you're bad. So what's the worst that they're gonna say? You're bad? Okay, I already know. This is a known quantity. Feels good, man. Feels real good. Guys, those are the 5 tips for how to deal with the toxic people in all competitive games. You're gonna see them, you're not gonna have a good time with them, but if you take any of these steps with you and take them into your games from now on, I promise you, you'll be guaranteed to have a better experience than you were prior to that. The next video, we're probably going to talk about competitive gaming as a whole, how I feel it falls into place, how much I actually do like competitive games as opposed to unranked, and how it's hard for me to play any unranked games. So look for that in the next video as well. thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for listening to me ramble on about this. If you liked anything that you heard, hit that subscribe button up in the top right corner. Don't forget to follow the Twitch at the links down below, as well as join that Discord. If you're looking for tip number 2, play with your friends, join that Discord. We have people that play everything in there, so definitely go give that a check out. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and have a fantastic rest of your day. I love you. Goodbye.